Mike, what is the Texas program in sports and media?
The Texas program in sports and media is a new initiative that was started at the University of Texas about a year plus ago. It was conceived of, and I got involved as the initial director in August of 2010. It's basically a research academic program about the issues of sports and media in American society.
And when students go to this, they're going to get credits for taking classes here and coursework?
Yeah, it's not a degree-granting program at this point, and if that happens, that'll take several years. But the idea is, at least from the academic standpoint, is to create, and we've already begun creating several courses that people within the College of Communication or anywhere in the University of Texas at Austin can take these courses to become better educated, if you will, in the issues of sports, society, and the media's influence.
Mike, you've been an investor in team sports, the Dallas Stars, the Texas Rangers, plus you've been on the academic side also
Yes.
with NYU.
Yes.
How are you combining those experiences to develop programs for Texas?
Well, it's, this is a brand new program, and it's a little business. I mean, starting it from scratch means it's a little business, especially in the modern world of academics where nothing is guaranteed. You don't just get a check and say, go start your program. Thank you. It's good for us that we've gotten a lot of interested alums have stepped forward and donated some money, and that's really what it's all about in universities is to get some alums that will help start the program. Beyond that, you've got to find your way, you've got to develop sources of revenue, you've got to go out and do fundraising. And so for me, it's like starting a little business, and all of those years of being involved in private equity and also sports business have been real helpful.
As you move forward with your program, Mike, what areas do you think for the near future you're going to need or have the demand for the most growth? Social media obviously is very hot, and we're seeing owners and investors in sports across the spectrum trying to capitalize on that.
Right.
I imagine that might be one place where there's a lot of interest.
There really is. I mean, I think we're starting to see the beginnings of the use of social media in terms of sports and media. I'm not sure where it's going. I just know that it's changing. And so we're actually developing classes that we're taking our time to make sure that we do this right, to deal with the issues, to make sure that what we talk about is relevant to students. And so there'll be a course on the business of social media and sports, which I expect will be ready by the spring of 2012. But certainly we're looking at the way that the media now is interactive, and it's across the board. You don't just write a piece for a newspaper anymore, as you know. It gets broadcast, it gets put online, it ends up in social media. And so the School of Journalism, for example, is changing all of its course structure in order to look at that cross pollination, if you will, and really trying to address what journalism should look like. We're doing the same thing from a sports and media standpoint.
All your years of experience, both in academia and as an investor in professional sports teams, what has been the single biggest change that you've seen hit the industry?
Oh, even 1998 is when I got involved with the Rangers and the Stars. That's only 13 years ago. But I remember at that time, our focus was to do a better TV deal. We started thinking about doing our own regional sports network. And in hindsight, I wish we had. We went for the cash instead of probably the long-term development of the value. Having said that, we thought that the RSN was the absolute be-all, end-all. I think what has become so much more important now is online, internet, social media, and the ways that you can distribute your sports content through those mediums, if you will. And I don't think we expected that. I think that the dollars that could be there, and everything is about dollars in the sports business, I think the dollars that are there are intriguing and unlimited. And it may preempt the way that we even watch sports, and Will it ever take away from that going to the game? I don't think so. But certainly there's been new avenues opened up that I'm not sure that we expected even in 13 years.